We are live. All right. How we doing, Ryan? Yeah, of course, of course. Always a pleasure to have you on the channel. Yeah. Thanks, and likewise. I mean, Bitcoin Cash is hugely underestimated right now, and it's good to have people in the community like me and you who are, willing to talk about it, spread the word, and show people like the true benefits of a good crypto like Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, he actually comments on some of my videos I've noticed recently. But I've seen his channel. He's got a good amount of subscribers. He's got a decent following, and I'm pretty familiar with him. Yeah, I mean, so basically, like I was just looking up, just doing some research on Bitcoin Cash on YouTube. Oh, what? Can't hear you? Let me see. Yeah, I can hear you. Say, try saying something right now. Yeah, I mean, so basically, like I was just looking up. All right, guys. So there's a little technical difficulties right now. Just hang tight. We're gonna try and figure this out. I guess you guys can't hear Ryan, is what I'm understanding right now. I can hear you well. Let's see if uh, can't hear Ryan. Only Vlad. We can't hear Ryan. Let me see. Well, I mean, while we're taking this little pause, I also want to just say thank you to all our followings. I mean, honestly, we can't do what we do without you guys. You guys honestly are the inspiration behind it. And it's definitely the driving force to keep talking about Bitcoin Cash and spreading this amazing peer-to-peer cash system to the public, and hopefully get more word out there to the world, general public, to businesses, and to just to day-to-day buyers. Can you guys hear Ryan? Do you guys hear Ryan? I don't think it was Mike. That's funny. right. Yeah, give that a shot. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, give that a shot. Sorry, guys. This is definitely tough. Okay, so you're saying you need to turn his voice on for YouTube. Voice of Ryan is very low. So are you saying you can actually hear some of Ryan when he was talking? Hmm. Yeah, that is. So someone said that they could hear. Okay, still no. Can you guys hear Ryan at all? All right. All right. Okay, so wait, so that is that is confirmed. You guys can hear him. That's a yes. I'm seeing. No. What? No way. Hmm. It ain't the mic. Hmm. Wow. I apologize for this malfunction, guys. Hmm. Ryan, do you want to try what was it? StreamYard? Okay. Okay, so now I muted you, but all right, that's not. Yeah, that's so strange. Yeah. Then it can't be an issue with Zoom. Then it has to be an issue with the streaming platform that I'm using. It has to be with. Let's see over here. Audio. Main. It's not gonna do anything. So, this is definitely interesting. Wait, I have an idea. Let me try something. Let me try some. All right. Ryan, can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see this. Does anybody hear Ryan right now?
Audio output capture. Look, Zoom settings is fine. Audio output capture. Still anyone hear me? Still anyone hear me? Check, check, check.
Audio output capture. And source. Nothing. Wow. You need.
Oh, they can hear me.
All right. You know what? They said they can hear you.
Are you serious, Tyler?
Hey, okay, so that was what the issue was. I guess maybe like the AirPods were doing something weird. Well, so everyone can hear both me and Ryan now, right?
Future billionaires? Hey, future
Hello,
billionaires.
future billionaires.
All right, so if they can hear us,
I can hear Ryan.
let's get rocking and rolling. Let's talk some Bitcoin Cash.
All right, sorry for that dilemma, guys, but now we're back in business. So, well, where did we leave off? We were kind of brushing upon like that we're both just Bitcoin Cash community members. We both like to talk about Bitcoin Cash, and how I bumped into Ryan was I was just scrolling through. I always like to just stay informed on new things about Bitcoin Cash, so I was just actually just following up on some things, and I found Ryan's channel, and I started watching a couple of his videos, and I'm like, wow, he's a cool guy, seems like he knows his stuff. So I reached out to Ryan, and I was like, hey, do you want to potentially do a collaboration? And Ryan was completely open to it, and he's just like, hell yeah, let's do it, because both of us are just for spreading the word of Bitcoin Cash, and it seemed like we definitely synced on that.
Absolutely, man. And likewise, I saw your videos. Like I said, that the algorithm, for good reason, like Vlad's videos. I think definitely you invest into the channel and put out some high quality content. And and it's just it's an underserved market. A lot of big YouTubers are don't want to cover it for various reasons. Obviously there's large. I still think like 40% of the market's Bitcoin, and like Bitcoin hates every coin, but they hate Bitcoin Cash the most. So you have 40% of the market that hates you, and if literally people just talk good about it or say like the project's doing something good, they're like hated on. So
yeah, the odds are stacked against us with the Bitcoin maximalists. They're all trying to keep Bitcoin pumping, but they don't want to give the little guys a chance. But the little guys have a lot more structure in terms of what Satoshi's vision truly was, I believe.
Yeah, and it's just I use, I think a lot of people in Bitcoin Cash, actually use cryptocurrency in their day-to-day life. And like, I'm in my office right now, so like when you come and sit down at my desk, you're staring at a Bitcoin Cash logo. You can send money here. I have the Bitcoin Cash register right over here, and I'm actually today. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. I have a client that owns a coffee production company, but he also mines cryptocurrency. He had rigs all over the place, and he bought a $10,000 piece of equipment for me in Bitcoin Cash. So that's part of, we're reaching out to people the people are out there, just needs more education, more structure. And I think people will just like useful currencies as they actually start to use them. Because everyone's like speculating on, how to get rich. It's exciting, but like what's actually useful to you? And I think Bitcoin Cash really serves that market. And one thing I wanted to touch on tonight, I've been following, speaking of Gabriel on firstmill.com, he made a great video recently just about Smart BCH, going more in detail on it and really covering the work that Mark Lamb is doing, who really launched Smart BCH. And it's really like Bitcoin Cash is so special because it's serving like three real markets here. It's serving the store of value narrative by being a finite currency, and then it's also servicing so that's like a reserve to gold, right? But then it's serving the cash frictionless payment market, which is like silver, what you move around for currency every day. And then now it is, compatible with Ethereum smart contracts. It's the perfect project, and it does each one just about better than the biggest market cap player. Because even with the big Ethereum EP1559, the fees are still crazy expensive. So I think you'll see a lot of, I know like a lot of the Solana money is moving around and pumping a lot. And but I think the smart contract DeFi world, watching a lot of Mark Lamb's work really makes me super optimistic about how much capital is going to come here. Not because they're like true passionate enthusiasts, philosophical people that love like a real kind of anarcho-capitalistic society, but someone that really just wants just something useful to build these, future DeFi worlds. So I got really excited about Smart BCH just this past week. So anyway, Mark Lamb in the community has done extremely amazing work, and I think it's gonna, this huge market cap is taken off the DeFi world. That's going to make its way into Bitcoin Cash. It's inevitable. Whether you hate the project or not, it's going to be useful because it's going to be cheap to move around. It's a great store of value, and yet we're underpriced.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Ethereum is just, the gas fees are so incredibly expensive. I mean, we know that now that it's deflationary, they're probably going to decrease going forward, like slightly. But I mean, compared to what I've heard with Smart BCH, I feel like the fees are going to be like fractions of what Ethereum is, and it's just in my opinion, it's a better system for that. But I'm not too well versed on Smart BCH, to be honest. I haven't really done too much research. I know it's kind of like a newer thing, so yeah. I definitely have to deep dive into that a little bit more.
But that's why we're here. That's why we're bringing the community together, to learn more about it, and the proof of definitely Ethereum is a fantastic project. But I think moving to proof of stake versus proof of work, which they're doing, will almost be a benefit to Bitcoin Cash. So I think proof of work is a more decentralized system, even though I think proof of stake is great. But I think it'll set Bitcoin Cash even further apart. So to me, that's something that I got really excited this week about. And there's people like you, me, Mark Lamb, firstbill.com, Gabriel, all the people in the community. We are the community. That's a beautiful thing about like an open source software. Like we all can improve Bitcoin Cash together. Like doing live streams like this, bringing more awareness to it, paying people, accepting it for payments, doing payroll in it, whatever you can do to spread adoption. And you're making your money more valuable. And that's really cool that you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed also you put some wraps on your trucks too for BCH2, promoting that, which looks pretty cool. I've actually been thinking about doing that. So some background, actually, it'd probably be interesting for the audiences too to figure out like what we do. I mean, Ryan, would you want to go into a little bit more what you do?
Yeah, I'm a Bitcoin Cash company that also sells commercial kitchen equipment. No, all joking aside, I'm into wealth building, so we've done a lot of different things in terms of different businesses. Right now, the big project that I'm here in my office, Commercial Kitchen Stop, is a commercial equipment dealership where we offer several different services to restaurants, whether it's design your dream kitchen for a chef, to replacing a unit, to buying something cheap, smallwares. We're pretty much a one-stop shop for like the hospitality restaurant industry for that, and we have different service divisions too. So we're growing fast, and hopefully I'm really trying to. And I'll briefly mention it quickly that we're pushing the crypto movement really hard. Trying to be a thought leader, and we're throwing a golf tournament. We're really trying to get our vendors and our restaurants to start using it too. We have over like 400 residual customers too, and we can really spread adoption here. It's really exciting. So September 27th, we're going to be at the PJ National Resort, where the Masters play, or Tiger Woods has won tournaments there. We're on September 27th throwing a tournament. I've had people from the Bitcoin Cash community. I got someone flying in from New Hampshire to cover it. He's going to do interviews, boom mics. I got another guy that's making some cool Bitcoin Cash widget for like gaming systems or laundromats too, coming in. And then we, like I said, have crypto miners coming out. I have Roger Ver zooming in from Tokyo to guest speak. I got a crypto hedge fund coming out. So a lot of cool people from, we're working to build community here.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If anyone wants to come, let me know,
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who's like watching this, you can always reach out to Ryan, and I mean, there's still spots available, if I'm correct, right? There's a couple spots still going out. Yeah.
I got 5 more signups today. I can honestly fit as many people out there as I want. But I had 72 is the number we're looking for. We're somewhere in the 50s with a few weeks left, so there still is room.
And it's crazy to see just like how like a community can come together from say 10 years ago when crypto was just a speculation, and now you're having a giant event. You're having people coming together from all parts of the world, or at least the United States, and coming together to spread the word about something that was once a joke like 10 years ago, 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the fastest asset class to reach $1 trillion. I want to jump through, if you don't mind, the comments real quick.
Yeah.
I'm listening to some of the commentary. BCH is a sleeping giant. When will he or she wake up? That's something we're going to talk about too. Price, like price is important to people, right? Everyone wants their crypto to pump. I think looking at the price, it's you're definitely seeing different projects do better, but also I think Bitcoin Cash is underrated in terms like it's outperformed Bitcoin year to date, like from January to now, and also it's but also if you look at the last time it pumped and then the whole market pulled back, like it pumped during one of the last legs too. So I think we'll get our pump a little bit later, like they'll follow, Ethereum and so I think, it's just the way the market's cycling. It eventually will pump. Eventually everyone's going to say, I already pumped this coin. It's all speculation. It's not the real, crypto's overvalued. Like it just is. Like it's a $2 trillion asset class and the vast majority of people don't transact with it. Like we're betting on future values still. And that's the way any market prices itself, right? Like you invest in something based on its future value return. So, but that's not the most important thing. I think, in an investment, you really have to look at fundamentals and like it is up, transactions are up, merchants that are accepting are up, projects that are being built on are up. Like these are fundamentals, like you can look at price all day, but like if you really want a great investment, like what's actually going on inside that investment? And these are real things,
Right. And you brushed upon it pretty well too. Like if you were to say invest a certain amount in Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash too, like the return that you would get investing in Bitcoin Cash would be a lot better in terms of value in this long run. Like say you were to invest $5,000 into Bitcoin Cash at the same time that you invested in Bitcoin, your return would be better. Granted, Bitcoin obviously has a bigger market cap, it's a higher price, but the return for what it is on Bitcoin Cash would be significantly better.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like I have other, I've speculated. I like buying other coins, and actually meeting with a miner today, I got encouraged to start mining, which is something I may do. We're in the process of moving warehouses, so I might do that. So, but don't get me wrong. Like Cardano's outperformed, VeChain, VG. I mean, there's so many coins, but also those are lower market cap coins too that have outperformed. So they're obviously going to grow more because they're starting small, right? But if you're in it just to like I think if you just stay in the crypto market and like use it for payments and like always keep it around and replace it for fiat, like you're going to become wealthy in Bitcoin Cash or any other useful project. But if you're only in it for price go up, Bitcoin Cash may not be the most appealing thing if you're just trying to like leverage a trade and make a bunch of money, right? But if you're like I said, it's a philosophical project. It really has stayed true to that when it wanted to stay frictionless. And I wanted to touch on what's going on in El Salvador. And now, like I'm of Cuban descent, and like I made a video recently about like Cuba when they were uproaring the streets, they should adopt Bitcoin Cash. That would be the biggest way to stick it to the government, right? Because the government has complete control over them. But now all of a sudden, the Cuban government wants Bitcoin BTC. And actually, I'm going to make a video this weekend about like why dictators love Bitcoin. Because it's very useful. Because when in a poor country, like it's so much better than their shitty, crappy currency, Bitcoin. Because the Cuban cook or whatever they call their currency, or El Salvador couldn't even come up with a good enough currency, so they use the United States currency. But now they get their own kind of more internal sovereign power. But the fees are too expensive on Bitcoin, so they can region block them. They can own all the Bitcoins and make people use a Lightning network like Strike, which is KYC, don't own the keys to the crypto, you don't actually own it, and it's going to be just like gold happened in the United States. Like gold, we used to have a gold standard, but in 1933, they essentially censored the base layer by making it illegal to own gold. This is what's happening in Bitcoin. It's becoming a digital gold, and it's going to rob people. So like in Bitcoin, I guarantee in Cuba, and I'll stop here in a second, but I had to go on this rant because I'm fired up to make a video about it. But they're going to steal everyone's Bitcoins, and because they're going to make them use a region blocked, keyless Lightning wallet, which is unfortunate. It's a dictator's coin.
Yeah, I mean, and the whole entire point of cryptocurrency, or at least Bitcoin, was to have a decentralized peer-to-peer system. of transacting. Now, when you implement something like Strike, and I think we talked about this before, is like now when you have a custodial entity taken over, is that decentralized at that point anymore?
It's like Bitcoin was such an amazing investment. Now let's create another investment, the Lightning, or sorry, it's such an invention. Sorry, invention. But yeah, so that's, and like I said, I see a lot of frustration with the price in the comment section. What did Nick O'Donnell say? BCH, literally one of the worst performing crypto. I get the frustration almost, in a sense that like you're not becoming, you're not like I did much better investing in Ethereum. I bought Ethereum at $90, but I think from here on, this point in the bull market, I think Bitcoin Cash will outperform Ethereum from this point, but if you're only looking at price only tells you so much, and does the world need a system, something like Bitcoin Cash? And look at, I don't know if anyone came over from Noise.cash, but Noise.cash I think is an amazing platform. And I saw Bitcoin BTC people complaining today on Twitter about Jack Dorsey implementing Strike, which requires KYC, and they don't like it. Like, well, this is what you guys wanted. This is why you don't want to increase the block. If you don't like it, come over to Noise.cash and make yourself some Bitcoin Cash by tweeting every day. This is real utility. People are making money from it. And so I think it's, look, the fundamentals have to play out. The brand awareness of Bitcoin and the store value narrative has to fall apart before Bitcoin Cash can rise. And I think, you really could look at a scenario where Bitcoin Cash actually flips Bitcoin, even though we're so far away. It takes 77 Bitcoin Cash coins to get one Bitcoin. When that gap's gotten a lot worse for, it's lost value versus Bitcoin, which is true. But what do you want? Do you want a dictator's coin, or do you want a coin that represents freedom for peer-to-peer electronic cash routing? That's my rant. Sorry.
Exactly. No, I mean, if I was to want to buy a piece of kitchen equipment from you, Ryan, like if I was to be paying with Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash, or let's just say I was using a credit card and I'm paying I don't know if you use Square or what you use for POS, but I'm paying a 4% transaction fee on that they're taking from us. Now, if I want to pay you with Bitcoin Cash, I'm paying not even a penny. And then if you're paying with Bitcoin, you're paying, I believe it's a couple of dollars, but that's if you get on that 1 megabyte block. I mean, if you're competing for that, you could be paying fees way higher than you can imagine. So, I mean, Bitcoin Cash just solves that problem. And if you go into the white paper and you see that it is the peer-to-peer electronic transaction system that's like envisioned, that's exactly as described. I mean, I can purchase a piece of kitchen equipment and I'm paying just the value and then just a little bit of change for the miner, pretty much. So I mean, when you're paying with Bitcoin, and I kind of want to dive into the difference between Bitcoin Cash a little bit more and Bitcoin in terms of how much you can actually pay. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And it's all by design, and it's a very real philosophical divide, and I think you'll see there are a lot of people, good-natured people that want good for the world that are in Bitcoin that thinks it solves it. And I think that when they get frustrated with Jack Dorsey pushing a KYC Lightning Network on them, they don't want that. That's not what they got in Bitcoin for. When they see that only dictators are the ones really adopting it, I think you'll see a lot of people flip. And actually, again, people go look at what Mark Lamb is doing with Smart BCH, and look at like the kin.coms of the world getting involved with BCH. I think there's gonna be a lot of other people that are not gonna be scared to come out against Bitcoin anymore and say Bitcoin Cash actually is the right way. A lot of people for social reasons, for professional reasons, you have to listen to BitBoy Crypto, who used to pump it, now talks crap about it. Like it's almost like this is like why? Like he tried to say Litecoin should be better than
I
higher
saw
than
that
Bitcoin
video.
Cash.
Yeah, I did see it.
Which the founder Charlie Lee sold out years ago, and everyone wants to buy their bags. Like,
yeah, all respect to BitBoy Crypto. He's very intelligent. He's very smart. But that's one thing that I don't think either of us really agree with him and his opinion on that.
He probably gets paid from someone. He's got a huge audience. I don't know. Like I said, you can watch a video about him saying how much it's better than Bitcoin. and then now like the narrative's changed. So, but yeah, that's why we have to grow our own community and eventually and entrepreneurs like like I can talk about Mark Lamb a lot, but also just everyone other proponents in areas, the Kim.coms that are building on it, the Noise.cash or Read.cash, the Mark DeMessel's investing in all these great entrepreneurs. We have to build it. They're not going to give it to us. And if it's something worth building on, it's gonna play out. So the fundamentals are online.
Yeah.
I think at the end, I think it's a tool to enrich in the lives of many people, to decrease the amount of wars that are fought, to like that's the reasons I'm really in it, and I'll also make money with it. But there's a lot of other reasons to be into cryptocurrency or a project like Bitcoin Cash than just getting rich. Getting rich is a result of improving the world. And just like any business, like you operate a business, right? If you can improve the lives of your customers, they will enrich you. And that's what Bitcoin Cash is, the same value proposition. So whether that's true or not is the opportunity. And if it's not true, then you can the price won't perform. But if it is true, it will perform.
I agree, and I believe Bitcoin Cash is just in such of its early stages. And like again, when I saw Twitter making that announcement today, I kind of laughed at myself because I saw I was just thinking Noise.cash the entire time. And for people who are watching and aren't too familiar with Noise.cash, it's almost, would you compare it to like a Twitter?
Yeah, it's very similar. Like you should literally, if you use Twitter, copy and paste everything you put on Twitter on a Noise.cash just to get yourself some Bitcoin Cash.
And it's nominal. You get nominal fractions, but like it does add up, and it's cool to just see that people are tipping you for your thoughts. And it's just a way to make money. It's in its early stages right now, and it's cool to see that like the network is allowing for like you to make money through your audience in such a simple way. It's pretty cool to see, and there's multiple other platforms too. I mean, there's Noise.cash, there's Read.cash. You can create memes too, and you can get tipped for that as well. There's Meme.cash. There's multiple different ways that you can get. Yeah, go ahead.
I just saw Graze.cash, a YouTube-like platform come out. So yeah, I think the world needs the internet needs a borderless currency. Like it doesn't make sense for if someone's watching from China or Japan or South Africa to keep on switching around their currencies. Like if we're going to operate in a virtual economy, and especially like in content monetization, like you need a great coin to do it. And there's going to be 2 attempts at it. Like I said, there's going to be many attempts at it probably, but there's going to be the 2 big horses I see that is obviously the Lightning Network being pushed by Twitter, which again, if you like censorship and dictators, Twitter and Jack Dorsey are doing that, and then and just like dictators in Cuba and El Salvador, but I think that there'll also be a more freedom movement that'll build on Bitcoin Cash. They already are. It's already happening. So we'll get to see which philosophies play out, and maybe the world will probably have room for the both of them. But it's what gets you passionate? Is it fighting for a platform that censors people, or is it one that's accepting and actually, we should also talk about only coins. Like OnlyFans got shut down, but hey, Bitcoin Cash, you can go move your business over there. I think that will actually be a huge thing. That's a pretty big market.
So, in your opinion, like, do you think that in theory, if say you were getting tipped on Twitter and with this, I believe they're using Strike as well, right?
Yeah. Jack Mallers is killing it. He's getting all the big names to adopt it. So kudos to him.
In theory, could they just hold your money? In theory, since it's somewhat a third party.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part about using something like that, as opposed to just going straight with Bitcoin Cash, where it's just like if I want to send Ryan money right now, he has it, and there's no interference. That's the whole difference. That's why I like Bitcoin Cash more. That's why I like Noise.cash more.
Yeah, and you got to build it up. I had an issue with it. It's newer. I built up one account to a couple hundred followers, and then I couldn't get back in it. I don't know what happened. So I'm rebuilding another account. Ryan Giffin 2 over there is my name. Vlad, is yours just your name, Vlad Ivanov? Am I saying that right?
I believe it's the same as my Twitter handle. I believe it is the Vlad Ivanov. So if you guys want to follow that up, also my Twitter too, and make sure to follow Ryan too. It's Ryan Giffin 2.
Yeah. If you guys are watching the stream live, we've got about 14, 15 people on here. If you don't mind just giving it a thumbs up, it helps like more people see it. All that stuff's good for the algorithm. and just bring more people in. So, but yeah, but Vlad, what made you aware of Bitcoin Cash? What got you interested or excited about it?
I mean, so I've always wanted to like own a business. Like that's really like I've always wanted to just do something entrepreneurial. And after just doing that for X amount of time, it still just didn't feel like that was like what I really like wanted to like put all my passion into. And then I started like really getting passionate into cryptocurrency. I started reading about it almost like later last year, and I really fell in love with the idea of cryptocurrency. I loved the idea of like a decentralized system of paying people and not having to worry about any interference by any other third party. And I really fell in love with that. And then I started a YouTube channel and I started talking about it, and people started to catch on to my videos, and eventually it turned out to over 2,000 followers or subscribers now. And it's really it's a passion for me to just talk about it. I truly enjoy talking about it. I truly like learning more about it, and then it's awesome to see like when you can educate other people on it who don't know about it, and then they can start spreading the word as well.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So you just kind of, you were operating your business and were just looking for something else, or how did you first come across cryptocurrency?
I mean, I knew about Bitcoin for a while now. I mean, I truly didn't dive into it from like the early stages of Bitcoin. I was one of the people who thought it was a scam too. I didn't really deep dive into it, and then just like I started doing more research last year. I think it was like right around when COVID hit. I had a lot more time, so I just started doing some research, and then I did start to truly just like really fall in love with the idea of Bitcoin Cash. Yeah.
Someone just sent me Bitcoin Cash.
That's hilarious.
That's cool. that's how free this is. So yeah, COVID shutdown brought you in. Because I feel like everyone got. I felt like because I got in around 2016. I knew about it for a while too. Again, it takes you that, like, everyone heard about it and then everyone acted on it later, right? But I feel like the world caught it by wind in 2017. Like, I felt like a lot of like people I knew like bought a piece and they gave up on it because it crashed and all that. And I think that kind of happened for me. Like, at first, like, I heard about Bitcoin in 2011. Then I remember this mammoth run in 2013, and then it crashed. I was like, maybe it's not going to work, And then by 2015, 2016, I bought my first Bitcoin. But yeah, we all get it. And look, still, I think under 5% of the world has ever touched this. So if you think you're late, you're not. You'll have to deal with some bumps in the road. I literally watched. I remember in 2017, I watched Cardano go to $1.21, and the bear market go down to a penny.
I know you have some Cardano. You're holding some Cardano. I've watched a couple of videos. I know you're a little invested in it.
Yeah. So I remember it just came out and everyone loved it, and it's just crazy. Yeah. But now when people complain about the volatility, or people complain about the lack of performance of Bitcoin Cash, it also has like downside protection too. Like Bitcoin Cash is so cheap in terms of value right now. Like it can only become so cheap. Like during the COVID collapse, the reason I bought more Ethereum than Bitcoin Cash, I got Ethereum at $90, and I bought less Bitcoin Cash because Bitcoin Cash only went to like 180. Like it just didn't crash as much. So it's more finite. I think that a lot of people that are in the project have no interest in ever leaving. Like this is what they believe in. Like you literally have in Australia, you have Bitcoin Cash City, a whole city built around it. So there's finite like downside protection that and maybe it's not getting FOMO to the moon, but you also, I think, in the bear market won't suffer the pain which a lot of these people are in very speculative coins that literally have proved nothing, that have gone up 1,000%, that have no real user adoption.
I agree, and kind of going back to how I got into Bitcoin Cash as well. I remember doing a little bit of research on like the charts and stuff and seeing Bitcoin Cash it was up towards like the $4,000 mark in 2017, and that's one thing that really like got me into it. It was just like, okay, why is this so high and why is it so low now? And then what's the potential? What's like the multiplying factor that if I invest some money into Bitcoin Cash, what can the end result be? But for somebody who's been invested in crypto a little bit longer than I have. I mean, you've seen the 2017 spike, and I think you know a little bit more about like what the real situation was with Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin. Like, could you actually sell your Bitcoin Cash when it was at its peak?
Yeah. So one, it hurt. 2017 hurt. It taught me a lot about pain. But like I said, so many people left. I made some money, and then you get greedy and be careful. Like, so you're going to see such epic greed in the next 3-4 months in cryptocurrency, and you're going to have to fight the urge when you feel like such a genius getting rich. As this bull market starts to melt faces. That's one thing I really learned. When you start feeling like a genius, it might be a time to take a little off the table. Like, I think you should always keep Bitcoin Cash. You should always buy on Purse.io, save 15%. You should always use it. But yeah, you're talking about like the height of the block size war. If anyone in the chat here, who remembers the block size war? Let the chat if you were here for the block size war, or if you came to Bitcoin Cash after, because I wonder how that plays out philosophically, in terms of the project. But yeah, there was, now there's so many different exchanges in crypto. Binance was like this thing back in 2017 that was like this Chinese website that like was weird to use. And now there's Binance USA. You can't even use that one anymore. But like Coinbase was, Coinbase is so like blue chip in crypto, right? It's publicly traded, but they only had Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. They had 3 coins. And when the fork happened, and they were going to bring Bitcoin Cash on the platform, and everyone was getting dispersed. Like, if you held Bitcoin, you automatically got Bitcoin Cash because you forked. So, but like there was such buying volume. You saw Bitcoin Cash literally go in 14 days. It went up 700% in 14 days, and a lot of that was on like the last end. And if you follow, and that's why I think when we do see the real run of Bitcoin Cash's market, like assets tend to trade somewhat similar. I think you'll see like a 700% run in Bitcoin Cash like in 2 weeks, and like the most, like if you look at like how we ran to 1600, like it was so fast up, so fast down. So you'll probably see something similar. But yeah, so it was the volume that was going up so fast on Coinbase, you couldn't physically even buy it or sell it or do anything. So what I was doing and thinking I was smart, and other people, there's YouTube videos going around, you could buy it on Binance, and like you thought once it could get on Coinbase, everyone would buy it. It would continue going up. Like, you thought you had a reverse way to go buy it, and that actually, as soon as like you could buy it on Coinbase, it started going up. Oh, no. So I was going on Binance, buying it, and thinking, once all these people on Coinbase can buy it, it's gonna go so higher. But anyways, yeah, here's some people in the chat.
Yeah, I saw 2,700, and then some guy, and then Jay goes bought it 3,100. Get on my level.
Yeah, I remember, man. I remember that was, and then also like the hash war was going on, right? So like in terms of the split, like like if Bitcoin Cash can flip Bitcoin's hash rate, it then gets the longest chain. Then it gets recognized as Bitcoin, right? We have the longest chain. We're connected, but we have a much lower hash rate now. But there was a hash war literally going on, and we nearly flipped it. And Bitcoin Cash was once more valuable than Ethereum, and owned 20% of the total crypto market cap. And then you just had everything play out, and Bitcoin Cash has hurt itself. I shouldn't say it's hurt itself. We had the BSV crowd when they forked off. They took their market cap. Then this past year you had eCash, Bitcoin ABC fork off too. So you have all like this diversion of market cap. These are people that once believed in us. They were investors, but they went their own way. But I think they went their own way for good reasons. Like Bitcoin SV split over Craig Wright and Calvin Ayre just being narcissists and wanted their own coin. Like Bitcoin Cash was scaling just fine, but they wanted to go to infinite transactions, and look at them now. They had a 51% attack, and the project's a whole joke. And then you had eCash, which they wanted to tax every coin that came out 8% for Bitcoin Cash infrastructure. And if anyone in here is a purist, that I think all of us are purists here, like that's an act of aggression almost, like to take 8% of every coin, because Amaury Serge, the lead developer, wanted a paycheck, you know, to possibly build things. If you want to build things on Bitcoin Cash, you can do it now. You don't need to take from the faucet, you know. So that's a bit of the history of Bitcoin Cash, and you know, and we're still here today after all these years. Why are we here, you know? And I know why I'm here, and it's no matter what, it's gonna grow. Whether another asset outperforms it, but do you actually want to go spend? Do you actually want to use this currency? Like, I want to opt out of the fiat system. So I try to do as many things in crypto as I can. So I don't have interest in the fiat system.
And how long have you been? So did you start investing in 2017 in Bitcoin Cash, or were you invested in?
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, sorry, excuse me.
in
In Bitcoin, did you invest in Bitcoin before the 2017?
Yeah. So I got free Bitcoin Cash when it split. I got my coins, you know, and then you know it was a poor investment decision, but I didn't agree with Blockstream, and you know I went more into Bitcoin Cash. When the bear market fell, you had Bitcoin Cash go from 4,000 all the way down to $60. That was like that was like the final, you know, capitulation, or however people say it.
Heartbreak.
In the fall. It was crazy, man. Just as fast as crypto can go up, man, it goes down.
Yeah. I mean, you got to stick out the ride. That's why you're investing. Like, especially with Bitcoin Cash, it's a long-term game. In my opinion, I've talked about this on my channel, and I've said it from the beginning of my channel. I've always viewed Bitcoin Cash as a long-term gain, but you know, there's always a time to take your profits. But at the end, I feel like if you stick it out in the long run, Bitcoin Cash is going to be a huge reward, and I believe I think it's gonna reach some numbers that are just a joke compared to what we're at right now.
Yeah, everyone should. I've made videos about it in the past, but everyone should use the Trello chart in cryptocurrency because, and what the Trello chart is, it's a median chart that'll put a straight line through the median value of cryptocurrency, and we trade volatile to the median. So where I was able to like have high confidence to go buy, you know, Bitcoin Cash at 150 or Ethereum at 90 or you know whatever, you know, crypto I was buying at the time. I buy most of my coins when we make lows against the trend line, and then you have to say when do you actually take profits. So you want to see how high. You know, right now we're above fair value. Like if you go through the median value of cryptocurrency, the total market cap, it shouldn't even be $1 trillion. It should be like $800 billion. So we're a $2 trillion asset. So we're very past the median trend line. So you're buying by its own history an overvalued asset. But in crypto, like that's nothing. Like crypto typically goes about 2,000% past its trend line. I think it'll do less over time. So when we go about 1,500% past the trend line, I'll probably only keep like 5 to 10% of my net worth in crypto at that time, just because it's a clear historical sell signal. And what happens, a lot of this is predicated for two reasons. One, you have the Bitcoin halving event, which you just get a total shock to the supply chain in crypto. So Bitcoin, whatever it is, it's 40% of the market, and in the bear market, it was 80% of the market. So it really controls the emotions and the investment into it. But every 4 years, Bitcoin has the amount of mineable supply in the supply chain. And if demand just stays constant, price goes parabolic. And that's what happens every 4 years. That's why you had 2013. That's why you had 2017. That's why you had 2021. And by the time it's 2025, it's going to be insane.
Right.
We're going to be up much, much higher.
And that's why they say if you've held crypto for 4 years, I believe you're never in the negative after those 4 years. I believe that's a proven statistic, right?
Good cryptos, right?
yeah.
There's been Feather Coin or OneCoin. There's been what was another one? I actually like SafeMoon's copying some other scam coin that was in 2017. So
there's a bunch of
but what you have happened, you have these high run-ups, is because of the shock to the supply chain price going up, everyone thinks they're a genius. It's going up, so I buy more, and then they romanticize the investment. Like, you know, one big thing in terms of investing in crypto where you can make money is you're really, rather than adoption, you're investing in people's ability to romanticize it. Like that's what I would always say in the bear market. I believe people will have the high ability to romanticize this because this still needs more time. I can't believe how far we are that like publicly traded companies hold this. Like countries are using it, and not in the right way or the way I like to see it. But then you have, all kinds of celebrities, doing NFTs, or, you have all like this stuff that like in 2017 wasn't a thought, or it wasn't a thought. It was a dream. It was a dream that it would be where it's at today. But that's really fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, separate from even Bitcoin Cash, I mean, we have like big companies like Visa buying NFTs. We have obviously like bigger companies like Tesla investing in Bitcoin. We have what am I thinking of? MicroStrategy. They're invested like all these big brand names investing into cryptocurrency, and it's just interesting. Like again, like it being just a thing for quote unquote computer nerds back in 2017, and now it's like big corporations, entire countries are adopting cryptocurrency, and it's cool to see, and that it's no longer just this like speculation.
Yeah, and looking back at it, a reason that we all should have probably been more bullish is because governments are monopolizing a market, and governments suck at doing everything. So you actually get such a free market in currency for the first time. I've talked about this before. It's such a huge competitive advantage that it's just like I use the analogy of like you're in Soviet Russia and the government owned all the restaurants that you actually, I think Roger Revere actually shared a clip of this on this video, but I just said like people would wait in line for food when it was given out for free, and then when they could actually buy food and go get it readily, because the government was doing that, but then when the free market came in, they could readily go buy food. They would happily, rather than stay in line to get free food, they would happily go pay for food. Because it's just a superior thing. So the market gets an opportunity, and that's why it's such, for people that are not invest in it at all, like is silly. And whatever, pick your project, pick whatever vision that you think will be best, whether it's Nano, Zcash, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, whatever it is. You're probably going to do way better than fiat, and people in fiat are going to just continuously deteriorate. And I think publicly traded companies too are silly for. Well, maybe they'll move more. Maybe they'll be smarter than chasing the bull market. But you're going to have, companies with like Apple has $200 billion on their balance sheet, and they're getting 5% inflation this year. They're losing $10 billion in purchasing power. That's not going to continue. So if you're looking for a reason to get in, but I think most people in the chat here are probably into crypto already. But it looks like we have 17 in the chat. You want to go through some of the comments, or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, also it just takes one big name. We need like one big name to adopt Bitcoin Cash, and then you can just send the whole entire price skyrocketing as well. I mean, like say one day you get some company like Apple just saying, okay, we're adopting Bitcoin Cash, or.
I think we do have the names already. Like we have Kim.com, founded Mega Upload, which had once 4% of total internet traffic. You have PayPal, which offers it to their users, which is $300-400 billion company. You have, I think Microsoft still accepted the strategy. Like Bitcoin BTC actually has less merchants that accept it now than they did in 2017. That's how bad the user experience has got, and the brand awareness or the network effect of Bitcoin is so powerful. Everyone's willing to give it a shot, but they ruin that by ruining the user experience, and that's where Bitcoin Cash is seeing more merchant adoption. If you go to local.bitcoin.com, you can actually see so many businesses around you accept Bitcoin Cash. Like not like hundreds, but like you'll find a few in your town. I guarantee if you go to local.bitcoin.com.
Yeah, Bitcoin maps. You can see. I think New York is the most congested in the United States, but there's it's all over the map right now.
I know New Hampshire has a huge Bitcoin Cash community. Actually, that's why I have someone flying down for our golf tournament from there. Which again, you guys got to come. But what's the word in the chat?
I'm taking a look at some of the comments right now. If you buy $500 on BCH, you're 99.8% guaranteed to become a millionaire by 2025. Okay, well that makes me feel good about my average.
And thank you for all the people that sent Bitcoin Cash during the stream. I didn't expect that. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool to see. That's a smart idea to have that right back there too. It's cool.
Well, I do it as a conversation speech, But I give away so much Bitcoin Cash. Like actually when I was on Mike the Investor's live stream, yeah, the video got like a couple thousand views, and I probably had like 200 people reach out to me. I told them I'd send Bitcoin Cash. So I sent like everyone $1 in Bitcoin Cash. Just to see how easy it is. Like like I sent them all that shareable link from the Bitcoin.com wallet, and I think that changed a lot of perceptions. I can't tell you how many people to see how easy and frictionless it is.
Why don't we show them? Or do you have you have Bitcoin.com the wallet, right?
Yeah. There's no Bitcoin Cash.
We can show people how quick and easy this is. I'm gonna send you over some Bitcoin Cash right now. All right. All right, scan the QR code. All right, I'm gonna send Ryan a penny.
Here, let me show you coming to my wallet.
Let's see how quick it goes.
Let me see. I'll leave my phone here.
You guys ready? All right, I can see the phone. Boom. You guys see that? That was instant.
Is that it there?
Boom.
There
Yeah,
it
it
is.
says that quick, guys. That quick. There's no one in between being like, okay, we got to validate this transaction. It's right there. Ryan has his 1 penny right now.
This magical internet money sent through computers.
Yeah. So it's crazy to see that and how quick it is, and literally day to day right there, right in front of you. But
so you're considering? Are you considering it? I know we talked about it. So I think you first got in more as like a speculative investor. Are you getting more into the adoption of it, of trying to use it daily, or how are you using Bitcoin Cash in your life now?
So I honestly right now I'm just investing in it. I do like the idea, like when we last talked about implementing it into my business. I think I'm in Boston, but I think Boston needs a lot more of awareness for Bitcoin Cash spread there. And honestly, the golf tournament that you're hosting, that's kind of inspiring to me. And I would like to eventually someday do something in terms of organizing an event in Boston to spread the word of Bitcoin Cash. That's definitely something that I would love to do. But I do plan on accepting Bitcoin Cash. I did play around with the Bitcoin maps. I tried to register one of my businesses through, but it takes a little bit of time to like verify the Google listing and whatnot. But then it's kind of cool because then once your listing is verified, then people can see, like if people are paying with Bitcoin Cash and people do believe in Bitcoin Cash in the area, they can see businesses nearby. And if they want to hire a mover, so the chances of that would be very minimal that someone's looking for a mover on bitcoinmaps.com. But if they do and they want to support Bitcoin Cash, then they can pay with Bitcoin Cash.
So actually, after my event the following night, so we're doing it on a Monday. The following night, there's a lot of like people coming in town, right? So I want to do like a meetup the next day, and it's looking like it's gonna be about 20 people. So I'm bartering. I just threw out like to all my customers on social media, like I'm promising a party of 20 people to come eat dinner on a slow Tuesday night in the slow season in South Florida, but you have to accept Bitcoin Cash as payment. Just like forcing. So if you guys come to the event, and you want to join me for dinner the next night, we'll go and buy some dinner in Bitcoin Cash. And literally that's like how, you know, speaking of like the guest speaker, Roger Ver, you know, I think he was responsible for like the first, like, I don't know, like the Bitcoin going from 1 to 100, like, and just how much he pushed. But like going from 1 to 100 is much different than growing where we are now. Like, I don't know if anyone's read the book Bitcoin Billionaires. I just started it, so I want to finish it. But just like, and how like there's just different diversions in the vision of way Bitcoin was going to be, like, or crypto in general. Like the Winklevoss twins were there too, but they've gone more this mainstream route. And I think that using people like Roger was just a way to get to all the purists and enthusiasts. And now we're going to go mainstream. So certain people are not in this for the philosophical reasons. But yeah, but you can create it, and people are curious about it. So I would encourage, you know, you or anyone else, like this is how you make your investment better. Like you can't wait for, you know, Elon Musk to say something or this, that. Why not Vlad Ivanov? Why not Nick O'Donnell in the chat? Why not you? You know, like you get to live a short life. You have this amazing technology that you can spread to everyone to empower people. Everyone should also watch. I just did a review video last week on Mark Balzon, who went to El Salvador to see real feet on the ground how people are using Bitcoin. And even though Bitcoin BTC has so many flaws, it's already been adopted in a town, Bitcoin Beach in El Zonte. And for the first time, you're having generations of people being able to store money in something. 70% of the country's unbanked. They used to leave money under the mattress, but the government money would go to nothing. For the first time, you're seeing people create generational wealth in a society, the world where they didn't. And you're gonna like just the standard of living for the global population because cryptocurrency is going to elevate so much, and it's gonna like increase human life expectancy because the wealth will get better and more advancements in technology. Like this is so big. We're so fortunate to live through it because this is a I tell people once in a 1,000-year event that humans change their medium of exchange. So we've been on essentially, we had a gold, it used to be earlier like we trade rocks and then seashells and then, got into precious metals and then we got into, governments always mess everything up. But like this has not happened very often. The next time humans are going to change out of cryptocurrency is going to be another 1,000 years.
Right, and we're going to lay the foundation to break away from the fiat currency system, which is incredible, and it just takes a lot of people though. Can't just be me and Ryan. It can't just be, like you said, can't just be one big company. It's got to be it's got to be the majority. It's got to be the public adopting something, but that's something that you're adopting that's going to benefit you tremendously. And Bitcoin Cash is just like, it's that system. It's that way that you can make payments every single day. I mean, the way I envision Bitcoin Cash is like if you're hopping in an Uber, there's going to be that QR code there. If you're going to the gas station, you want to buy gas. If you want to go pick up like a snack bar from the convenience store, something like that. It's just like it's going to be there, and then that's going to be the replacement for day-to-day currency. And it can be, but it just takes adoption on a large scale.
Yeah, and a lot of things that scare people away are the things that are going to stop those people from getting rich. So like everyone will complain about like the price volatility. Oh, it goes up, it goes down. But by the time all the Bitcoins or Bitcoin Cash have been mined and everyone's using it every day, and Bitcoin Cash is only going up, a few percent a year because it's already $100 trillion market, then your volatility issue will be solved, but you will still be poor. So that's why, if you can be a little forward thinking and see that like we're on an adoption curve, and when more people adopt it, you get wealthier. But by the time you get later in the adoption curve, the opportunity for wealth making will be gone. But I shouldn't say getting poor. Like cryptocurrency will make everyone richer just because it's a better system for us all to use. Like we're all wealthier because we have the internet, right? We have, more ways to make money, more ways to entertain ourselves. Like our life is enriched because of the internet. The same thing's happening with cryptocurrency. And but the people that got massively wealthy in the internet were the Elon Musk with Zip2 and then PayPal, like the early adopters, people innovating and building on it. That could be you. Who's going to be the Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg or Larry Page of Bitcoin Cash? And it's going to be the Mark Lambs. It's going to be the Roger Veers already. It's the Kim.coms. And who knows? What can me and you do?
Could be the Ryan Giffins. Could be the Vlads. Who knows?
We'll see. I'm just trying to get someone to buy a piece of a refrigerator from me in it. So I actually offer discounts in Bitcoin Cash too. And my new store, I'm going to have a showroom, and I'm actually going to put up a Bitcoin white paper and a nice thing. I'm going to keep the daily price chart moving around. Yeah, trying to change. Like I said, if you're looking to, you said you're looking for other kinds of enrichment and like the way you accomplish one goal. You're doing it with YouTube, and but I think you could start it tomorrow by changing your business. That's just my opinion. That's what I've done. That's what I've done for myself. I can only speak of what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, even just on a smaller scale, starting it off on a smaller scale, sometimes that's what it takes to get like the dominoes rolling. And one company accepting it might turn out into 2, 3, and then. I mean, it just over time would build into a smaller community, and then more word spread on it. I mean,
I've got so many. There's penny donations. I got some dollars too.
It's that quick, guys. It's that quick. But kind of to wrap this video up. I mean, so do you want to kind of go into what your price predictions for what Bitcoin Cash will be in the short term, in the long term? Short term being like the peak of this bull run, and then long term obviously being like 5-10 years down the line where you see the true potential of Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, I made a price prediction video of 3,000 for this market cycle. If it got to 3,000, like it could, like people could eye the 2017 chart and it could run past there to 5,000, but it'd be fleeting moments. And then, in the long term, like I really think Bitcoin Cash has the opportunity to be, the largest crypto project in the world. And Gabriel has a price prediction of 500,000 by 2025. I don't know if it's that soon or not. In crypto, nothing surprises me. Maybe it is 500,000 a coin by 2025. And I'll do everything in my power to make that come true. Because and that's what I think I'm doing. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe my little contribution to the community will help the right person tell the other person, and somehow it gets there. However we do it, we all can contribute. Everyone here, if you're here tonight at 10 o'clock at Eastern Standard Time on a what night is it? Thursday night. We can do this. Right. We can do this together.
I mean, as corny as
what about you?
I was gonna say, as corny as the phrase goes, you're crazy until you're right. You know what I mean?
Right.
But my prediction is pretty similar. I think the end of the bull run is gonna, at least for this cycle, I think is gonna be, I want to say between December and I want to say like late January. That's my predictions of when I think it'll start coming back down. But I think we kind of are on the same point of where it can be in the short term. I'm thinking definitely between 3,000 to 5,000 is where it'll be at the peak of this cycle, and I do plan on taking some profits. I say it's a long-term investment, but one thing I wanted to ask you too is there a certain amount that you're going to always hold that you're just never going to sell? Is there going to be a certain amount that you always have on you?
Yeah, enough to pay everything I can. Like I literally buy as many things as I can with cryptocurrencies, and I always want to spend it, so I always need it, right? But I alluded to earlier, I would follow the Trello chart. And also, some people should use, investors, the Kelly criteria, or the Kelly formula they call it. So it's just a mathematical equation that plugs in, probability of outcome with rate of return and how much capital you should allocate. So at a $5 to $7 trillion market cap, I would say the upside potential in terms of gain met with the probability of outcome, which is lower to go much higher. It really puts me around a 5 to 10% allocation of wealth, which right now I'm probably about maybe like 30% of my wealth. I still don't have enough. Most of my wealth is my business, real estate. So I'd probably bring it down to some about 5%. But then what I would do this time, the next time I would go like in the bear market, I almost want to go like 60, 70, 80% of my wealth into it. Literally, like my wife wants to buy like a farm right now, but my partners here want to buy like a building. I'm like, yeah, but there's better real estate. There's digital real estate. Like if people can't see, they're not so immersed in the world. But I have partners here that they don't care about crypto like I care about it. Crazy Ryan wants to, but they've seen me, they've watched me invest for enough years and do enough things right where they're like, okay, you do that. Just make sure we have a lot of money by the end of the year.
I mean, people love Bitcoin Cash. I don't think it's crazy. I think people love Bitcoin Cash. I mean, you've raised, I believe you brushed upon it either on a video or maybe it was on Instagram. You raised a good amount of money through Bitcoin Cash for the event. Am I correct?
Yeah, I got another 1,500 today too.
There you go.
So that's what I want to use it, and it's and really, watching, and I'll leave it with this, and for any purists left in the chat, like everyone that's watching television right now with the Taliban parading around in American tanks, and I'm not sure what country it's from, but it's just a silly thing. We went to go fight a war for 20 years, and this is my own, and you may have different opinions, yeah, but this is how I feel, so take it for its worth. But we went there and accomplished nothing, and we funded it through printing money. And 90% of drone strikes killed civilians, and I do feel bad for the soldiers that died there, but no one's talking about all the innocent people that have been murdered throughout this. And we essentially accomplished nothing. And all of this bloodshed and tears and chaos and stolen wealth from people that hold dollars would not exist in a world where Bitcoin Cash was the dominant currency. And that's really where real stealing from people to murder people is one of the biggest reasons I was like, this is what I have to do with my life. I have to promote this. I have to move away from the dollar. I can't. I talked about my channel before. I have an intention to denounce my citizenship, go to St. Kitts. I don't like paying taxes is a very it's a very immoral thing to do. Even though I pay a lot of taxes, I pay all my taxes. But to me, that's the purest to me. That's a lot of why I align with Bitcoin Cash and the volunteers, people in the movement. And I'll kind of leave that as like my closing crazy thoughts on why I'm so passionate about it. I think the world wants that vision at some level too. So I'm not sure what everyone thinks in the chat either. Let me know.
I think just to kind of brush upon like why I believe in it too as well is like you're like I mean you kind of brushed upon it as well, is you're laying the foundation for a new future. You know, it's great to be one of the first people to lay that foundation. It's inspiring and it's cool to see it come together. And I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with that, being, you know, in the Bitcoin Cash community.
Oh, JE just commented the Taliban uses the BCH. They might. It's probably a better currency than whatever they can come up with. And you're going to see like these countries do it. And yeah, I wonder if there's any evidence of that. I doubt it. You know, one of the things I really love throughout the history of cryptocurrency is what it did for Julian Assange when he got censored by Visa, PayPal. Everyone wanted to shut him down for just telling the truth of what's going on in the world. And he threw up cryptocurrency on WikiLeaks. And he was able to fund, like, I think it's one of the most censorship-resistant, beautiful things of being able to protect freedom of speech that the world has ever seen. And it was only made possible with this cryptocurrency. And that's amazing.
Agreed. But so I mean, this has been a great video. It's been a pleasure chatting too. I mean, it's always great to meet people in the community and to see Mike like mine. It's getting a little late over here.
I know. I have an hour drive home from here, and I got to be up early. So I'm moving. That's why I'm moving my warehouse closer to where I live. But yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I saw that you posted that on. It was on Insta. You did a little walkthrough with the new place, right? You guys should follow Ryan on Insta too. If you don't by now, definitely follow Ryan. Follow me on Instagram as well. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's great meeting like-minded people and people who are willing to spread the word of Bitcoin Cash and help grow the community. And I think you're definitely one of the people who do it very well, especially right now.
Likewise, brother. But yeah, we'll probably have to wrap it up here. Any last comments in the chat? We hope to do this. We should probably try to do this monthly, and grow our little community here and get other people on. There's a lot of need for communal, us building. We're the grassroots at this level. There's not enough. Right now, I know Satoshi's Angels does a lot of good work on covering Bitcoin Cash on live streams, but there's definitely needs to be more. We're a $13 billion asset. We need more media.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. I mean, do we want to take a couple of questions, or do we want to wrap this last bit up?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions in the chat, if not, we're going to get ready to wrap up here in the next couple minutes. If you guys have any questions for whatever we're doing, and I appreciate everyone for showing up. I definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Oh, so next time we should create shareable links for people to hop on. So next time, guys, I tell you what, it's the first week. I leave town. I'm throwing the golf tournament in like a month from now, and I'm moving. So like the first week of October is not good. Why don't we plan something in like another 2 weeks? I'll blast it. I'll do it on my channel. We'll StreamYard it, and guys, we'll do lots of promo for it. And if you guys want to hop on the chat, we'll definitely pull people up and build more and talk about how can we grow Bitcoin Cash. That's what I'm interested in. When Vlad reached out to me, I was like, hell yeah. What can we do? Let's build. Let's go to work.
Absolutely.
And that's the way. It's just a business owner. That I react to things, and especially things I'm passionate about.
Yeah, and you guys are gonna get a lot more notice next time for sure. And thank you for everyone who stuck around this long. You guys are it's definitely not gonna be the day of. This was kind of like a sporadic thing, but I'm glad it turned out still pretty well. But yeah, just stay in tune with our channels. Follow us on social, because that way you'll be able to obviously see when new things are coming up, and there's gonna be more content coming your way.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on, Vlad.
Of course, Ryan.